to the show. EJ, what's going on, man?
What's good, bro? How y'all doing today?
Doing good.
Doing all
Jay,
right.
what up?
Doing good, bro. Doing good, man.
Marv, holla at your boy. What's going on?
This is cracking.
Y'all know what it is. Y'all hear the whole squad in the building. The SHU Podcast, the SHU Program podcast is back to give you another great episode. EJ, let's go ahead and kick it off for the people. Get right into it.
All right. Got some big news going on this week. Going to talk about PS5 and Xbox, as well as our normal sports topics that we go over. We're going to hop right into two of the main topics in sports right now. First and foremost, Cam, I want to get your opinions, man. Russell Westbrook broke the triple-double record last night, so he officially has 182 triple-doubles for his career. How are you feeling about that, and how do you view him as being an all-time great point guard?
Man, I always said he didn't get his flowers. You know what I'm saying? I know it's we tend to take rings and that really just means everything nowadays. Like, if you didn't win a ring, you're not great. And I mean, I'm a hooper. Like, Russ is the epitome of a hooper. Like, I don't care who you are. If you are a hooper and you respect hoopers, you have to love Russ's game. I understand he might not win and he may not be as efficient. Dude is a hooper. Man, I he's up there. He's up there, you know, for what he accomplished. It's just, he's a great player. I just don't necessarily consider him a great winner, if that makes sense.
I feel you. Would you put him on your top 5 point guards of all time?
I don't know, man. It's hard. I can't put him top 5. I mean, although he's doing triple doubles, and that's great, man. It's just his efficiency is what keeps him out of top 5 for me. It's not a winning model necessarily.
Gotcha. Marv, how you feel, bro?
He's a force. Like, if I'm talking about great guards in the position itself, it's the same. I agree with Cam. It's efficiency. Like, I mean, he a dog. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he gonna play hard. His stats show, but it's just like, man, it's that closeout rate, man. That it's a closeout rate, and it's almost kind of like, if you look at it, if we talk about efficiency, it's the spread that got Russ here, and skill. Spread means, like, we know Russ go shoot 1,000 times and give mad opportunities to be able to get these stats versus, like, okay, we look at his success rate in accordance to attempts. It's not going to, if you're going to compare him to the top guards of history, them stats probably going to be looking completely different percentage wise. So, can I put, he's going to be on the list, but I mean, he ain't going to me break my top 10 of, like, greatest guards of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. It's a difficult thing. Efficiency is what kills Russ for me. Like, if he was way more efficient, I mean, you can rank, he can easily be top 5, but that's what kills him, though.
Yeah, I feel you.
It's almost kind of like, if I'm looking at the efficiency question, like, I got a question I'll ask y'all. Yes, we know Russ is a dog and he just broke this record, but, like, okay, if you look at him and James Harden, like, how are you gonna compare him? Because my thing is that, okay, if you look at a spread over time, if you got more elements around Harden, right, and he just wasn't the kind of guy that he was personally, where would he hold up? Besides the fact that he probably wouldn't hit the same achievement Russ just did. You see what I'm saying? Because they both are just as, if you talk about efficiency wise, like, they're in the same realm, but it's just Russ got padded stats.
Yeah.
Like, if you slap Russ on any other squad, would he still achieve the same achievement?
I think so. I think you can put Russ on any team,
and he's still gonna break this record.
Right. I think he'll do what he do. I think Russ, man, Russ is not of this generation. Like, his game is not of this generation. Cause man, like, I hear a lot of people on TV talking about how he's all of a sudden the greatest player to never win a ring if he doesn't win. Like AI don't exist. But it's like, yeah, and Barkley. Like, come on, man. Like, I mean, I get it, but he's see, Russ back in those times, I think he would be more of a great player to everyone else versus these times. Because, man, his game is just, if he could just, that's what set Harden apart, though. when you brought him up, Marv, Harden can shoot. Like that,
Right.
that's what set him apart. Like
Yeah, he's
if
a more
Russ could
efficient
shoot,
shooter.
yeah, if Russ could shoot, bruh, like, yeah.
No question. If Russ can shoot.
But let me say this though, that's a great thing about Russ can shoot, because we hear a lot about that from the other media members like Stephen A, who says he needs to work on his shot and he needs to work on his three, and you hear that too with Ben Simmons. We heard that with Giannis. The thing is, if Giannis is scoring 30, 40 a night, I don't give a damn if he can shoot. He's scoring. He's doing his job. He's doing what he's good at. If he's scoring 30, 40 a night, that's what matters. I don't care if you can shoot the three. If you giving me 30, 40 a night, it don't matter to me. You doing your job. How you get it doesn't really matter, because everybody can't be James Harden. Everybody can't be Steph. Okay, but going off that, I while Russ may not be the greatest shooter, like Cam said and Marv said, you putting him on every team, he has proved that, because he's been on 3 teams now. He's been able to pretty much reproduce the same effectiveness he has. The problem is, when I think about Russ, I think about is it an issue with him being able to gel with a team for them to be a winning team, or is he just the most unluckiest player, where we may feel he's doing his job, he's being effective, but the pieces aren't around him specifically to help him get to the next level. And that's where I think about.
I'm gonna tell you why it matters how they score. It's because it's the style of play, right? So Giannis, Russ, these guys, they can go and get you 30, right? But the way that they have to get it, it takes away from others. Because and it don't have to be threes, but you do need to be able to make at least a mid-range shot, because you have to space the floor. So, and they can shut you off. Clearly they can it's not going to win a ring. You can't be the best player on your team as Giannis or as Westbrook, because in order for you to score and for you to be the best, they can shut that off, because all they got to do is wall you off, and then and force you to make shots. So you have to at least be able to make a mid-range shot consistent to open up the floor, to allow for others and for the team to be able to win. Because otherwise it's just so inefficient that you're not going to be able to compete with any other team when it comes to a 7-game series, which is why it's been so hard for them to really get there, if you're not just better than the other team.
I agree, because to piggyback off what Cam was saying, you look at the Giannis example when y'all were talking about Giannis, 30, 40 a night. That's cool. But if you get to a certain point, you get to a certain team, like let's just throw out Miami Heat for an example. If you have another big on that side that can defend, or you have a 5 and a 4 who can defend the rim and defend inside, you're shutting Giannis down. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you need to be able to go to the paint, but also shoot outside, because if one part of your game is shut off, you need to be able to go and do something else. And the thing with Russell Westbrook is he can drive. Like he's not on Kyrie level, but we all know Russ can finish with the best of them, and that's all great. But I think what sums it up the most is the game last night. Russell got the triple-double, got to 182, had a chance to win the game, took the 3, missed it. That's Russell Westbrook to me right there.
Let me say this. Shaq, when the early Lakers, when Shaq got traded from Orlando and joined, and Kobe wasn't who he was, that was Shaq's game at the inside. We never but then again, that was a different era, where it ain't what it is now.
Totally different position, different era, different.
True. But you got a player that dominates strictly in the paint, and it contributes. Huh?
He's a center though. That it would be, you would have to say, if any other point guard or any other position tried to dominate in the paint, a center, maybe a 4, but even a 4, you kind of need to be able to shoot a little bit. But yeah, that would, Because with him dominating in the paint as a center, that then opens up the floor for wide open shots because you got to double him now.
Yep.
Okay. When you put it like that, that makes sense. Okay. No argument. You're right.
I wish this what's gonna happen though. It's gonna come back. It's gonna come back because I know shooting is fun, but what's gonna happen is this cycle is gonna go, and the fun side of shooting is gonna wear off, and then somebody is just gonna go back to being a big man, and they're gonna just start dominating because ain't nobody being a big man nowadays.
Right.
They're just gonna start dominating, and then next thing you know, oh, this is what we need to do. Everybody else gonna start doing that. Like it's a copycat league, man, and it's a cycle. It's gonna come back.
But let me say this too. Just like EJ pointed out that he tried to take that game 1 and 3 and missed it. Is that a shot that Russell Westbrook is supposed to take? And I know Bill is injured, but didn't the game before that Bill scored 50? So
yeah.
Can you have a team where Russell Westbrook, like they have now, they may not have the greatest role players, but can you have a team where Russell Westbrook does what he does like he's doing now, and you can pass it out to someone like Bill? Maybe the issue is the rest of the cast is just not good.
Well, but here's the thing with Russ. See, Russ plays hard, right? See, that's just a bad shot. First of all, you only needed the 2. He went for the 3. First of all, you're not an efficient 3-point shooter, but you're going for the win. But see, in those moments, the things that separate the great players and the winners from everybody else is great players have their spots. They have their spots. They know where they're going. Everybody knows where they're going. The crowd know, the defender know, they know, your coach know, and you're still not going to stop them. Because they're going to get to that spot no matter what. Because they're going to draw up some kind of play or whatever they got to do to get that person to that spot to give them the best chance to hit their shot that they practice all the time. So that's what separates the elite from people like Barkley, people like Russ, like AI. I mean, AI is a dog too, but I mean, AI didn't have a go-to shot. He had a go-to move, but not a go-to shot where when he got to his spot, it was damn near impossible to stop him no matter what the defense was.
So does this raise the question that we need to start critiquing Russell Westbrook's IQ?
I mean,
No,
I think
it's how he played, and I think that's fair. Yeah. Yeah, he's not I wouldn't say Russell Westbrook is a basketball savant. Like,
right.
Nah.
He makes up for it in how hard he plays. Yeah.
Exactly.
We're gonna hop into the next topic real quick. Jay, this one is aimed at you. Boy, LeBron will not be playing tonight against the Knicks. They decided to give him an extra day of rest. So it looks like his return is going to be on Thursday this week. With 4 games remaining in the rest of the regular season, they're trying to stay out of that 7th spot, which they're currently in right now. They would need to win every game this week and hope that Portland loses a game. Do you think the Lakers will be able to make it out of the 7th spot into the 6th spot? And how do you view the Lakers going forward in the playoffs once they do get in, or if they get in, should I say?
So I think they have a good chance, but at the same time, the Knicks have been playing. So like tonight, at this time that we speaking, they play the Knicks tonight, and the Knicks have been playing great. They have been playing great basketball. They are number 4 in the East. I am worried. I am severely worried. I'm severely worried. I'm truly be honest. I think, a quote came out today from AD. AD said that he isn't as concerned about the play-in tournament like LeBron is. Where LeBron was criticizing it, and people been getting on him about whether all of a sudden he think it's unfair now, but when he was winning, it was okay.
He shot it down. No, exactly. He shot it down in 2018 though. I'll give him that credit. He was against it in 2018 when they first came up with the idea. But
then he was for it
when he was the first number 1 seed last year. Oh, it's gonna be cool. We're gonna watch these play-in games, and it's gonna be all that.
Right.
Now, you're in the play-in game.
You got to be consistent. You got to be consistent, right? He wasn't because when they were number 1 and they was heading to the finals, I ain't hear nothing from him. It's all good when you're winning. It's all good when you're winning. You ain't worried about nothing else. But when you're at the bottom, it's a problem.
Let me take that back. That's your boy. I'm trying to give him credit. I'm trying to be fair and give him credit. I ain't know that. I'm gonna take my credit back.
I gotta hold them up. But AD came out and was like, look, I think he came out and said he actually likes it and he feels like this gives them a challenge. So I think AD is trying to raise the morale with the team. But Dennis Schroeder is still out, so we missing that point guard presence, especially with LeBron out too. Kyle Kuzma has not been playing great, but I think he's in and out. So I'm worried. I mean, if we lose, even if we lose, I think the worry is that we're playing against either the Trailblazers or the Warriors. I think we could beat the Warriors. I'm not worried about the Warriors.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm sorry. Warriors is not an issue.
Team. That's the one team that I'm really worried about is the Warriors, because see, everybody else, I mean, you clearly have an advantage, but you cannot shoot better than the Warriors. Well, Steph.
Yes.
So,
but Jay, you should fear Steph in a 1-game scenario. I wouldn't fear them if you were playing in a 7-game series. I would not, because I don't think Steph can do that for 7 games. In a 1-game show, Steph might drop 60 on you, and he don't even play the fourth quarter, and he's dropping 50 right now.
Here's my thing. You can let Steph drop 50, but what's the rest of the cast going to do? Because
that's 50 through 3, Jay. That's 50 through 3, not 50 for the game. We don't know what Steph can do because they take him out for the fourth quarter.
If Steph don't have no help, that's going to be the ultimate decision of the game. So you're right. You got a point with that, but Steph is my thing is all you can do is contain Steph. The old quote. You can't stop him. You're gonna contain him. Steph is gonna be Steph. He's gonna come out there and shoot the threes. But we play the best defense you can and lock down everybody else. He has no help.
What? So whoa. Come on now. Come on. Don't say he ain't got no help now.
Like who?
Your boy Wiggins. He can still get some buckets.
Please.
Hold on. I ain't saying
is not a threat. I'm not now. Again, can Wiggins play? Yeah, he can play. He gonna get some buckets, but they're not a threat like I ain't. Like
y'all do though. Hey, you think AD? Okay, where's it gonna come from? The Lakers?
Because of Marcus Gasol. We still got Andre Drummond. We still got KCP.
Don't say Andre Drummond.
Don't say
Andre Drummond.
When you're listen, fellas. We're talking about matchups.
Okay, so Andre Drummond and Draymond Green. You think that's a good matchup for the
Dre
Lakers?
is outscoring that game. Dre is outscoring, son.
Dre is not outscoring anything, but I'm not. But again, I'm not worrying about Andre. Cam, what did I tell you before? I'm not looking for Andre to score. I'm looking for him to play defense. Now, Draymond is not scoring on Andre Drummond. I'm sorry.
No, he's not. But here's what they're gonna do. See, you gotta get see. It don't matter. It don't matter who he's guarding. See, the way that the Warriors offense they run enough picks to get Steph on the matchup that he wants, right? So it doesn't matter who is guarding who. You're going to be a liability. Andre Drummond is not the answer, my guy.
Not versus the Warriors.
I'm not saying he's the answer, but when I'm looking at matchups, I'm looking about what the Warriors have that we can take advantage of. And when it comes to defense, the Lakers have the advantage. So I'm not really worried. That's what I'm saying. Now, of course, in a play-in tournament, I'm worried all the time. My point is, if there's 2 teams, and I got to say, who would I want the Lakers to play against? I'm picking the Warriors. I'm not.
That's our argument. My argument is that's the team you should fear the most, because it's a team that knew that they were without Klay this year. Oubre's been hurt for I don't know how long he's been hurt for. They're just, I'm not saying they're not playing for nothing, but it's like they don't leave it all out on the floor. As in, if y'all lose, y'all got a lot of explaining to do. and y'all were championship or bust, basically. The Warriors are not. So now you got Steph with I don't have the weight of the world on my shoulders to actually do anything because no one expected us to be in the playoffs anyway, playing against y'all who are expected to win it all. I mean, so now Steph can go out there just, let me just shoot these threes from half court and see what y'all do.
True. But I'm also looking at, I'm not trying to disrespect the Trailblazers at the same time. The Trailblazers are they're a decent team and they have a lot of options on the offense.
Blazers ain't in this though.
Huh?
The Blazers ain't in this. The Blazers ahead of y'all. And they probably gonna win. The Blazers got a pretty easy schedule left. They probably gonna stay there.
I'm talking about
the Warriors, Grizzlies, and the Spurs right now.
No, I'm talking about who we would have to face off. The Trailblazers and the Warriors are who we have to face off in the play-in tournament. So that's
No, the Blazers are number 6.
Blazers are 6.
If they lose one more, wait, I got to look at the standings.
No, they got to lose 2 more games because they own the tiebreaker. And they got to lose 2, and y'all got to win 2. Y'all a game back. So I don't think with 4 games left and the way that the Lakers are playing, and they play the Knicks tonight, which I think the Knicks are gonna win. I think the Blazers gonna stay in front.
Yeah.
we gonna see. We gonna see. We gonna see. I am worried. Like I said, the Knicks are really good. They're a very surprising team. So I'm not, I'm gonna give them their respect.
Y'all just better hope y'all go. Y'all better hope y'all get 7 and not 8. I mean, y'all better hope y'all get 8. Not 7 and not 8. Yeah, y'all want to play the Suns over the Jazz,
right?
But we
play the Jazz. That's not gonna look good. I'll tell you that.
I don't know, man. The Suns and this. I'll tell you, the Suns got exposed. But I'm thinking that the Jazz, they'll be put in the same situation if they play against the Lakers. To be honest, so I don't know. I think they got exposed. I think the Lakers. I think the Suns being the high caliber team they are, and then seeing the Jazz and looking at last year where they got dominated by the Clippers and shit. I don't know.
Oh, they ain't got hey.
I'm looking at the whole. I'm looking at the whole aspect.
We talking about now. We ain't talking about last year.
The reason why I'm thinking about this because I'm like, in my eyes, I'm like, if the Suns got beat by the Lakers, a handicapped Lakers team, what that mean for the Jazz? Y'all better keep your eyes open.
Man, don't take
one game.
Yeah, man. Listen.
Y'all beat the Nets too. The Nets are can't beat them. So to be real.
So we'll see. But I am worried. We gonna see. We gonna see.
Y'all don't want to see nobody. The Clippers, the Nuggets, the Mavs.
They really don't want to see the Clippers.
Y'all really
at all.
Really nobody.
That's gonna be problems.
They really don't.
Well, we for sure. We definitely don't. We look. Hey, we handicapped. Okay, we don't want to see. We really don't want to see anybody. So. But I will tell you. This is AD's time to shine. This is the time to show your leadership skills. This is your time to dominate. LeBron has an injury. He's not 100%, and it's gonna be. To me, even if LeBron comes back Thursday, like EJ said. Even if they win the play, if they secure their position and they're safe, it don't matter. To me, it's like any game that injury will come back. So to me, for this postseason, however it plays out, AD has to be the catalyst. It's not LeBron. It's no longer LeBron.
Catalyst last year.
Yeah, y'all in trouble.
He was not the catalyst last year.
Yeah.
I'm trouble like the Eagles said, bro.
They in trouble, Mar. Hey, Mar, big
in trouble.
Hey, hold on, listen. I'm gonna tell you why. This fool AD drops. He had one good game, and all of a sudden,
he back.
Yeah.
But look how long he was gone though. He was gone for.
But that don't matter, bro. You talking about you need to be the best player on the best team and lead y'all to a ring, and you happy? What Kobe say? We ain't done. Y'all ain't finished.
We're looking real crazy right now, bro.
Hey, it's different, bro. It's levels. He ain't that dude. Y'all gonna rely on him? He ain't that dude.
We have no choice. We have no choice but to rely on him.
Try to see if Rondo can help y'all out. Even though he on the Clippers, he's still in LA. See if he can work something out. You know what I'm saying? If they don't make it to give y'all some kind of leadership advice or something, because he ain't the leader. You
gonna have
to do something.
He gonna have to be. He gonna have to be. This is the learning curve here. He gonna have to be. He said he wanna, like when he made that clutch three against what was it? Was it Miami in the finals? And he was like, this is what I came here for. This is what I came here for. I want to make shots like that. Well, guess what? This is what you came here for, this playing tournament, because you better show us.
You better figure it out, bro.
Show us what you can do. You got to show us that you're a leader.
Real talk, I will say to close out, I probably haven't been excited more for the NBA this season until the play-in tournament. Like, this is going to be legit with the play-in tournament on both sides. So
there's some real adversity going on. That's why.
Yeah. And, we didn't expect the Lakers to be there. So we'll see how it turns out for them.
Yep.
But moving on, we're going to switch over to the gaming side now. I know, Jay, you was itching to talk about this subject, but it looks like the PS5 stock is going to continue to be limited going into 2022. And as you know, it's been nearly impossible to get any of these systems anywhere. So, Jay, take it away, man. Let us know about that.
Gotcha. So, as we all know, at the beginning of, well, not the beginning, but toward the latter of 2020, when the consoles got launched, we were going against we had a huge issue with skimmers and scammers, or however you want to put them, and people were actually trying to go out there and buy consoles and secure them. Sony, out of the majority, against when you try to compare them against Microsoft, it was more Sony, because PS5, everyone wanted the PS5, but there was a lot of robots, clocking in, refreshing that page. We all know how it was. We were trying to secure one ourselves. I was able to secure one through Amazon, but I eventually sold that one. But there has been a lot of issues with Sony trying to get these consoles out to the public, to their fans, and having all these setbacks in a sort. Well, even though Sony just recently came out with the news about it's selling, the PS5 was the best selling console of they sold like what, 400, how many million, do you remember how many million they had sold? It was like some kind of major record of consoles they sold, and they were kind of going around advertising that benchmark.
You talking about PS5? What are you talking about?
PS5, yeah. They had it was a benchmark record they had set. It was a record setting sell. Yeah, so it had sold 25. It had sold 25 billion. They made 25 billion. And they had beat their record. They had beat their record from what they sold for the PS4. So hold on, let me make sure. So yeah, so the Sony PS5. Okay, so it sold 7.8 million in March 2021. But Sony has once again beat the record it set with 25 billion in revenue across the fiscal year of 2020, and it managed to break the 20 billion barrier. So they were even with the PS5s they did have, they were making a lot of money. They actually did go out there, exactly. But the issues that we were having when the consoles first got launched was, because of COVID, a lot of people had to work from home, and a lot of the factories weren't able to produce a lot of the consoles that they were planning to ship out in their initial shipments. So there was already a shortage when there was already a shortage at launch. The same with Xbox. Microsoft was going through a similar situation. So, but the same shortage, due to player scamming, robotic skimming, the work from home, the resellers that are marking up these consoles and trying to sell them for triple, even 4 times the price. The cryptocurrency people that's selling the consoles with Bitcoin and all these other cryptocurrencies. It is not looking good for PlayStation 5. It's not looking good for Sony, who can't get these consoles out to the actual people, the actual fans that want them. And this is going in. They're saying now, because they got an analyst group. They were speaking to an analyst group, some consultants, and they're trying to get some information about the rest of the shipments. They're saying that the stuff that's currently going on, this shortage, due to all of those factors, are going to continue until 2022. And to be honest, in my opinion, y'all, it may go on even further than that. And I'll tell you why. Recently, I don't know if you guys know, but Epic Games are currently in court right now against Apple. Epic Games are the developers for Fortnite, and they're in court right now suing Apple over some kind of antitrust monopoly or whatever. Because what Epic Games was trying to do was, they wanted to create its own in-game store or app store inside the Apple infrastructure, where you can go into the Epic Games app and buy and download apps that you can't get off the Apple Store. So it's, in a way, it was like bypassing the Apple Store to, download apps that weren't generally available. And this was going to bypass certain fees, because apparently you got to pay like 30% to Apple to list your app and all this extra stuff. So this was bypassing that stuff. So Apple was like, hold up, whoa. You ain't doing this. So what they did was they took Epic Games and Fortnite completely off of the Apple. So Epic Games said, we're suing you. So this case has brought in Microsoft, but Microsoft has had to come in and they had to testify and stuff like that. And the reason why this is relevant to this case is that Microsoft revealed that they're selling the Xbox at a loss. And knowingly, every system. And the reason is because most of the hardware, the hardware costs are expensive, but I remember the judge asked one of the employees or whoever was representing, I think the vice president of the hardware or whatever, it was asking like, so are you selling the Xbox at a loss? Like, are you making any profits? And they were like, no, we're not really making any profits off the Xbox by itself. And that's the whole aspect. I remember talking about this before. We're talking about Game Pass and all this other stuff. Xbox is trying to make their money through other means, mostly the software, right? So this is leading up to this new future in a digital space where the idea is to sell software, not necessarily hardware. You want to get the hardware in more hands to get them to sell that software, and that's where the money is going to come from. And this is, so when I think about the Sony thing, how can you do that? How can you do that when you can't even get your consoles out to everybody? You can't even make that big effect and do that too. Because I think PlayStation 5 is trying to, Sony is trying to do something similar too. So man, just think about that, man. Just think about that, fellas, because I think, like I said, I think this is gonna affect Sony in the long run, and but I think they're trying to find ways to go get around that. They're trying to work with companies too. We also got news that they actually got a deal with Discord too. Unfortunately, tier.
Y'all banking on that,
right? So it sucks. So they imagine a company making so much money, but their consoles aren't getting out. So to me, I feel like Microsoft automatically wins then, because are y'all consoles really going out to everybody? Did y'all really technically win? The console war with sales? If your fans ain't getting them, if the people who really want them not getting them, if they're not getting into the hands of the people, I don't know about that.
I feel you. I was one of the lucky people that actually got a chance to get one, and like you said, Jay, pretty sure you would have kept yours if you would have known it wasn't gonna happen for 2 years. But we'll see, man. Like you said, right now for both, we've talked about this on previous podcasts, but right now we're still waiting on games. So if y'all haven't gotten the console yet, you good. Just make sure you save up and get ready, because 2022 is probably the year you want to make sure you get one. So, yeah.
That is true. Lots of games. And then Halo is coming out. Oh, can't wait.
That's if they change anything. I'm not gonna get too excited about that because boy,
he has a point.
that was looking mad ashy over there. Because if I get the game home and we break it open and it looks crazy, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm wilding out like Angry Joe, bro.
Hey, my skepticism is on Marv. That's all I'm
Facts.
Hey,
I can't trust. You can't trust them.
Halo Infinite looks like Halo.
Matter of fact, now that I think about it, literally the only game I've seen that has not disappointed me this entire year has been Resident Evil 8. Literally.
Resident Evil 8 is beautiful. It's a beautiful game.
Hey, they knew the assignment and they did it well. Everyone else is under scrutiny. Like,
I agree.
It's bad, man. Gaming is so bad right now. I mean, people are going back
it's terrible.
playing games from years ago. Like, that's bad when YouTube creators are going back to old generation
games.
That is bad, man. That's
terrible. They don't know how to make content. I'm seeing dudes jumping back on Apex, people finding new games to play because we already know the main staples are terrible. They're all bad. I don't even want to pick up Call of Duty anymore. I got excited and I was like, yeah, no, they failed this one.
I actually started playing more of Black Ops Cold War, but but like you said, Marv, people are going back to Apex. But you know why people are going back to Apex? Because the developers are actually giving the gamers something new every time. With each new season, there is something new maps, new guns, new skins. Call of Duty, all they're trying to do is sell skins to us. We have the same damn map. They're gonna
blow up the last map.
Matter of fact, it may even smaller now.
Oh man,
I just don't understand that, and look, here's the other thing. We know it's money, but here's the other thing. You got the nerve to say that we're putting out another Call of Duty out in 2021. Did y'all hear that? There's another Call of Duty coming out.
There's another one in development, and it's gonna be trash. It's from Sledgehammer Games, and they're going back to World War II. Nobody asked for that. It's gonna be terrible. I'm not even looking forward to even seeing any previews about this. I don't care about the story. I don't care about anything. It's terrible. No one asked for that.
If it ain't Infinity
War, no one asked for it, bro.
We don't want to see.
No one asked for that.
It's ridiculous.
It's insane. So I don't understand why YouTube streamers are still full with Call of Duty. I understand they got to make a living, but it's almost like it's a social media economy continuously keeping this game alive, and I'm kind of over it. Been over it for a while, but yeah, it's bad business. It's bad business. So hey, we'll see. We will see. I kind of got hyped for that game. Jeremy told me, but hey, Square Enix they jumped the gun a little bit too early. So
yeah,
all right,
yeah.
They jumped the gun a little too early. I had high hopes, so I'm like, nope. The only game I think has been relatively decent. What was this RPG game they made recently? That was like an action RPG. Dang, I forgot what the name is. No, not Outright. It's another one.
Action RPG by Square Enix.
Somebody.
There's Nier. I know there's Nier Automata.
You say Nier? Hold on, right quick. Jeez, my frat brother told me about this, and I was just like, "What the heck is it, man?" That's a weird name.
They just
Nier Replicant. That's what it is.
Nier. Okay.
Nier's fire. Nier's cool.
Square Enix is actually on fire too. They just came out with a game on a new RPG on a Nintendo Switch actually, and I played the demo for that one. That first of all, fellas. That shit looks beautiful. Oh my god!
I'm telling y'all, bro, they coming back.
Yes, they are. It's like Final Fantasy, and the effects look amazing.
It's about to be fire too.
Yeah,
screenshot of that. That part 2 is about to be nuts.
I'm kind of glad that I went and invested in the Switch with Greg and EJ, Cam and Marvin. I need to get with the program.
I'll probably end up buying one, man. Like I've just got a new job, so I'm gonna. I'll probably end up tapping in, to be honest.
Right.
I ain't even playing this Xbox, so I ain't buying nothing.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tap in, man. I'm gonna probably end up just sliding the Target and see what they got.
Speaking of new games, Jay, tell me a little bit about Fable and what engine they're about to use.
Yeah. So, the last Xbox showcase. A couple of months ago, we with a couple of games and a couple of third-party games, we got to see for the first time in their previews. The highlight of the whole showcase was the last game showcase, which was the return of the Xbox Microsoft favorite, and one of the biggest console sellers for the Xbox 360, along with Halo, was Fable. And we got news of a new Fable, and we got news just recently, EJ, that the new Fable will be using Forza's game engine. Now, if you like racing, I know I think just me and Cam like racing. So Cam.
Yeah.
Yo.
Cam can vouch for this. That Forza, and whenever we see, it's, we already know that every time a new console gets launched, they always want to show a Forza game for Microsoft
for no reason. Like
it always looks good. It always looks good, no matter
but
what.
It looks fire.
Forza been looking good since regular Xbox.
Right. To have to give them that. It's looking phenomenal the entire time the game's been out, but it's boring as watching literally paint dry. Like
exactly.
You gotta be, you gotta love the car stuff.
Racing games have been fire since Need for Speed, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, what even happened to that series, man?
Nobody liked, bro. No one wants to play driving simulators, bro. It doesn't sell, so they start making
Need for Speed was, man, when they was coming out with all the new ones that had all these, man, dude, it was heat. Man, all them was fire. You had to become the number one street dude. Like, man, Need for Speed was fire. I don't know what happened to it. Even this last one was good. that had the Koenigsegg, Regera on there. Like, man, I don't know what happened, man. They need to make another one. And they need to bring out this doggone boxing game.
Yeah.
I'm ready for another Knockout Kings. I'm not gonna lie. I thought about that the other day. They need to bring them back up.
The fight night.
Bring a fight night, bro.
Fight night, Knockout Kings, all of that, bro.
Well, hopefully they need to. Especially, I would love to see a completely next gen game. I think all we have right now is UFC 3, and UFC 3 is a last gen game. I don't think they even put out a full on next gen version of UFC 3. I'm sorry, not UFC 3, UFC 4. But yeah, back to Fable though. One of the reasons they want to use the Forza engine on the Fable is because of the ray tracing that Forza that engine uses. It takes advantage of that whole feature and the visuals from that. So they're trying to put that on. They're trying to put that into Fable, as well as the new Horizon. The Horizon, not Horizon for Sony. Horizon, Forza Horizon and Motorsport series. So they're trying to take advantage of that. So it's, and it's supposed to be open world. Well, the other Fables have been open world, but I guess they're trying to, hit a really realistic take on the Fable. So I'm gonna love it. Trust me, I'm all for it. I love Fable. Fable's a great game. I can't wait to see how that goes. The only thing that's sad to me about that is that it seems like they're still early in development. This because where they got this information from was a job listing, and so to me that's kind of sad because that's telling me we're still gonna be waiting a bit of time. So I guess we won't be expecting a Fable to maybe 2 years. Yeah,
right.
So that's sad, unfortunately. But yeah, early news about that. So.
Yep. Did anybody have a chance to see that Venom trailer that came out yesterday?
I did. I saw it on Twitter.
How do you think it looked?
It looked dope. I would say, to me, and how I feel about the whole Venom franchise right now, right? It's just kind of strange to keep making Venom movies without Spider-Man.
Amen.
So that's where I'm gonna lead at. It looks great. I think Woody Harrelson being Carnage is dope, but without Spider-Man, it's kind of just like, what are we doing? And then I kind of see what they're trying to do with this one. They're trying to make Venom seem funny and take this whole comedic route, like what they do with the Deadpool movies. And I'm just like, bring in Spider-Man, because after this, what they gonna do?
Well, the rumor is that Sony is trying to do their own little Sony Marvel Spider-Verse. So that's the idea. And also, I've been like reading a lot of stuff and videos, and people were kind of saying that it makes sense for Spider-Man not to be where Venom is currently because Venom is on the West Coast in San Francisco. Spider-Man is in New York. So, and they were like, Spider-Man is not like Spider-Man is like an international hero, even though in the second movie he kind of went overseas on a little, student trip. But besides that, he's not really.
I mean, he is an Avenger, number one, which I would think the Avengers would be known worldwide. Number two, he's been to space. So, I mean, I don't. What else can we say for Spider-Man? So, I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
The whole concept of Venom 2. I mean, well, the first Venom was weird to me anyway because I was kind of how they gonna do this without Spider-Man. But it seems like they're gonna try to they're gonna find their way eventually to incorporate them because in the comics like right now like Venom has no connection to Spider-Man as of lately. He's doing like Venom is doing his own thing like the only thing remotely close is just that spider symbol on his chest. That's it.
Yep.
So, so they I feel like, Sony, like, okay, we got reason really to do our own Venom thing. But to me, like, I agree with y'all, like, Venom has to, at some point, them two have to meet. That's like, you're going to sell tickets. You're going to sell a bunch of tickets with that.
They're going to be like, we need to get this paper.
Exactly. So that has to happen. And we're hearing rumors that Tom Holland may make a cameo on that in Venom 2. But for the trailer, though, I got to see more because the trailer was more like a teaser than a full trailer to me in a way. I don't know how y'all felt about it.
I don't think so. I think it was the trailer was like 2 minutes long. It was in depth to me.
Because we don't really see how like Cletus Cassidy gets the symbiote, the Carnage symbiote. Like all of a sudden,
they're not gonna tell us that. Like,
well, in a trailer, they in a regular trailer, they kind of hit on like the certain story beats, and then you kind of figure out, okay, so that's how I get it. All you just see is like a quick shot of him in an electric chair. Then not an electric chair. It looked like they bought the lethal injection. Yeah. And then I guess they snuck the symbiote in him or something. I guess.
So he already had it. And because he was up here talking about like, I know who you are and everything, blah blah blah. So
maybe they brought it out by doing whatever they were doing. Brought it out from being dormant or something. Yeah.
Right.
So maybe so. I mean, that would be weird how he would have it. I don't know because in the ending of the original one, it just seemed like he was just a serial killer. He had no connection. But I guess we'll see how it played out. But that's why I say it's a teaser because like there's really no narrative beats. You're really trying to figure stuff out, trying to grab any little Easter egg you can find. So
yeah.
And I have a question, EJ. I don't know if you know is so we know the vampire movie with Jared Leto, Morbius. This is set in the same universe as Venom, right?
Yes, it is. And the thing is, why we're talking about him not having connection right now to Spider-Man. There's definitely a Spider-Man connection in Morbius. First of all, if you watch the trailer for Morbius, Michael Keaton is in that trailer, and he's playing the same character that he played in Spider-Man: Homecoming. So you see that, and then also, because in one of the trailers that came out for it, you can see a poster like on the background when Morbius is walking by a building that shows like a spider symbol, and they're asking like something like what happened to him or what's going on or something like that. So Spider-Man is clearly known in the Morbius universe, and the Morbius universe is set in the Venom universe. So we'll see.
Gotcha. And with all this news of the new Spider-Man movie featuring characters from the old Spider-Man, like it's officially confirmed that Alfred Molina is back as Doc Ock. So
yep. And Andrew Garfield is lying. So they're all gonna be in there. They just can't say it out loud. They just don't want to say it, but they're gonna be in there. So yeah,
right.
So, which I'm probably most excited for that movie for the whole year, and we've literally heard nothing besides Alfred Molina's gonna be in it. So
right,
we are in May, so I time to start hearing something like we're not that far away. So
get a trailer soon.
Yeah. But speaking of that, just to add on before we close out, did y'all see that little Marvel trailer where they showed like upcoming movies, and then they showed like a 20-second teaser for the Eternals and all that.
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
Saw that.
Oh man, I don't know how to feel about Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, bro. I'm up in the air.
I'm the same. I feel the same. I'm kind of just like, all right, bro. Like, what they gonna do? Because it's kind of like where they gonna take the story.
Exactly. You're not recasting.
You lost the main component of the movie,
bro. I mean, Black Panther is Wakanda, and not saying that, which we talked about on the previous podcast. Not saying that Shuri can't take over, but like, what is the story, man? Like,
where's the story gonna go? You can't
Exactly.
build one off of Dora Milaje. Like, it's weird. You don't have Killmonger because you killed him off in the first movie, like a hoe.
Well,
Like, I don't know.
that.
But Jay, this movie could be a Disney Plus series. So why don't they just make Black Panther: Wakanda Forever into a Disney Plus series? If you're not going to recast T'Challa, this needs to be Disney Plus.
Word.
Well,
Who y'all get to replace him?
well, they did say that they're having their own Wakanda TV show. So there is a Wakanda TV show that Ryan Coogler will be producing that series on because he had a deal with Disney where he's going to be producing stuff for them, and the Wakanda TV show is one of those. But like Marv said though, you got to have a Black Panther in there. I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you finally decide to make sure Black Panther. If this is a movie about, I love.
Doesn't make sense if you're not doing that.
Like, I love all the other characters. I love y'all. But if this is Black Panther we're talking about, then I better see a fucking Black Panther in this film. So, I don't look, because I was worrying me as you hear the cast coming out. Oh, this stays true to Chadwick's, his whatever and all this. And
Nigga, I want to see Black Panther, but you know what I'm saying? Who's throwing hands?
But see, here's the thing, bro. You don't even have to be like bad about it. Like, we honor Chadwick Boseman, the man, not Chadwick Boseman T'Challa. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the thing is, we're celebrating the life of him. That doesn't mean you don't recast it. T'Challa is a comic book character. It's not Chadwick Boseman. That's why I don't understand when people keep doing this. Like, oh, we can't. They can't hire nobody else because he did it so great. There have been great actors who have played great roles who ended up getting recast. I don't understand that.
How many Jokers? How many Spider-Mans? How many Supermans? Separate that. I feel that 100%.
And the thing is, if you don't want to address it now, what you do is you push it back to later on into Phase 5 if you really want to. Because they pissed me off because they were talking about, oh, well, Blade's not going to be in Phase 4. We're going to leave Blade for Phase 5. Why don't you just push Wakanda back to Phase 5 and push Blade up into Phase 4?
Exactly.
Mahershala Ali ain't getting any younger. So
that is true. We talked about that too.
It's going to be Wesley Snipes' age here in a minute. So let's go. Like, what y'all waiting on, man?
Yeah, that. First of all, man, I'm kind of worried because one of the reasons I'm worried is Ryan Coogler said he had a script written. He was like, man, it's hard for me to do, it was hard for me to go through the script because I had written words for Chadwick to say, and now he's gone, and now you got to kind of retool the whole script now. But you had to do that in a short amount of time, and now you're filming this movie. They're supposed to be filming this movie in July, and I'm worried.
Right.
And there was rumor, there's this Netflix show called Bridgerton where they do this, this whole different take of, medieval or, Renaissance British. I don't know what the hell this shit is.
Yeah, it's a popular show.
Yeah, this romantic show where they got black kings and queens or whatever. And one of the guys, he was a black actor and he was very popular in the show. He has left the show because he has been a favorite in Hollywood now. So they're grabbing. Hollywood is just trying to grab him and put him everywhere. But there was rumor that he got cast as the new Black Panther, but they just not putting it out yet.
They bring him on, bro. I swear people are gonna lose their marbles. Yeah, I'm telling you right. If it's a dude I'm thinking of, it's that
it's the main guy you're thinking of, Marv. It's the main guy you're thinking of. Yeah, exactly. No.
Light skin with curly, I think he's British or something like that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, nah. They do that. It's gonna be an issue, bro. I'm telling you right now. Twitter's gonna have a meltdown.
I'll tell you why I would have an issue on it. First of all, he's light skinned. That's what. That's the number.
Marvin.
That's the number one. Look, no offense. Like, hey, no offense to my light skinned brothers, but T'Challa is a dark skinned dude. If you come in there and bring this light skinned black dude up in here, to me, that's just straight up fucking colorism to me.
Man, he's British. Them niggas better go get Damson Idris and some shit, nigga. And make some crack.
Shit.
Hey, real talk.
Yeah,
Real talk.
I'm with that. I'm
But
with that.
it ain't gonna work though, man, because he Franklin Saint, bro. He pushing dope forever.
That's right.
Hey,
He built everything brick by brick. Me. Can't do nothing else. He's Franklin Saint, bro.
all I know is is three things. If you're not gonna recast T'Challa, find some way to.
They're gonna have to make sure that, man. They're gonna have to rewrite the whole script, man, and make sure that,
right,
bro, and call it a day. Because that's the only way to me
Yep.
that this is going to honestly supersede the last movie, and it goes off. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, and I hate this. If this is a cheap cop out, Black one's gonna go. They're gonna buy into it, bro.
Sure, for sure.
Shuri became a Black Panther in the comic, didn't she? If I'm not mistaken,
he did. But
might as well go ahead and kick it off, dude.
But
Might as well, bro.
Listen. Here's the thing, though. Shuri became the Black Panther out of a technicality, though, in the comics.
True.
So, right?
Ain't this a technicality, bro? Death?
No. This is a little different.
Keep it a beat, bro. In Hollywood, man.
Yeah,
No,
before you go, let me get this in though. So I understand, and I'm all for Shuri becoming Black Panther. That shit would be dope. All right, that should be real dope.
Right.
We cannot get rid of T'Challa the character now. Black Panther just came out 2 years ago. It's too early on to get rid of that character and to put her into the mantle and try to come back years from now and say, "Oh, here's T'Challa again." Nah, man, it's not gonna work right. As much as I would love to see Shuri take on the role, it's not gonna work.
How they gonna do it, bro? Because my thing is this: hey, man, look, these niggas still can't make Fast Furious movies after Paul Walker died. Cause
Let me.
I have no.
You left that series that was built. You left that series that was built on Paul Walker and Tyrese, bro.
No,
it was Tyrese to be the front man.
Don't get me started on
Presto ejecto, cuz. Let's not do that. We already know Tyrese was in that movie, bro.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started on that because that was the Fast and Furious was a Paul Walker project.
What do you say, Mom?
Hey, don't start this. Don't break camp into this.
You say, Mom?
Presto ejecto, cuz. You know what it was, man.
Ejecto, cuz. That's what it was, bro.
Ejecto, it was terrible, bro. It was awful. It was the worst bar in that franchise's history, dude. I don't care what anyone says. Tyrese getting added to anything makes things worse, bro. Matter of fact, hey, yo, this is gonna be crazy, though. What they really made Tyrese like Black Panther, though?
Nah.
No.
What they made Tyrese Black Panther because you can't get Michael B. Jordan because they gonna put him in Fantastic Four. It is what it is. They gonna put him in Fantastic Four. That's him. They can't get Yaya. Yaya was the villain of Aquaman. So you can't do that.
That ain't happening.
Who else you got? You can't get Jonathan Majors because that's gonna look.
Yo, he's Kang now. He's Kang. He's Kang now.
He's the villain. He's the villain. Yeah. You can't get Who else we think? You got Dance. It's the possibility, but he's a Brit, so that's that. Who else you got? And he's African.
Dude that played in Six.
I never watched
it. You say played in what?
6 Underground.
I don't know. You got all.
Underground?
The only dudes you got is the little nigga for Stranger Things. He's too young.
You talking about
then you got
Are you talking about Cam?
Not the Nate Parker looking dude that played Dr. Dre. That was in Walking Dead with the bad brain wig.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, that's Walking Dead.
Nah, we can't.
No. I think EJ made the only person I could see right now is John David Washington. I do see that. I feel like
I do, man, and I mean that would be very random, but I think he can do it.
That's the thing. Here's the thing. When you think about the
niggas current, try to go get Lakeith, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm about
fuck
to be
no.
like,
Fuck no.
Exactly.
No.
Just snap Lakeith.
First off, Lakeith don't even have the size. First of all, he's automatically disqualified. So
true.
So unless he playing a flashback of a young T'Challa or something, but then again, that's still weird.
Roids, nigga.
Yeah.
Nah, real talk though, like I've been saying, Jay, you get John David, you put him in. I mean, he's already got a okay build anyway, but you put him back in the gym and get on that superhero. that Chris Evans diet, whatever he was doing. You get him on
Yeah.
that.
They better not get it. They can't get Daniel Kaluuya because Daniel Kaluuya's got birth in him, so they can't do that.
He's already in Black Panther, so yeah.
Yeah, you can't get him right.
Oh yeah, he was like a side dude, wasn't
Yeah, he's he was playing the best friend.
For y'all, I got one for y'all. So check it. If they're having trouble with this Black Panther thing, all right. So if you want to bring your sister up, right, and for a little bit, but then come back with a Black Panther with a T'Challa Jr. somehow. If you want to do away with the Black Panther because of voting. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, man, you know how movies be, man. You be coming back. They got kids now. You don't know where the kid came from. All of a sudden, he's like, oh.
Word, bro.
Hey, one last thing I will say. My pick before Chadwick Boseman was picked as Black Panther was Aldous Hodge. That was my pick.
Hell yes.
Honestly,
Aldous could. Hey, Aldous could really do that role though, bro. But hey, Aldous right now.
He's playing Hawkman.
He's playing what?
He's playing Hawkman in the Black Adam movie.
Man, I can swap that over, cuz.
I mean, hey, that's DC. He can always come over to Marvin. Hey,
Word.
Aldous Hodge can act, and
I'm gonna tweet. Hey, I'm gonna tweet that.
And he looks the part.
Right.
He looks the part, and he already big as fuck.
But here, let me say this though, because I want to get this out, because I want people to act. I don't want people to feel like we don't appreciate
Michael J. White.
No, he's too old. Michael J. White's like 50.
No, I'm tired of that. No.
He's 55.
But I appreciate Letitia Wright. I love her. She's a great actress. Here's my thing. My thing is, like EJ said, we didn't really get to explore a lot of T'Challa. We just saw him really becoming who he was. So for all of a sudden, you would have to convince us in a narrative fashion within a 2-hour time frame that Shuri is first of all competent enough fighter. So,
exactly.
Right. Yeah. So that means we would have to see all this training montage, and then all of us we wouldn't even believe that's believable in the first. Even with the Black Panther herb, however they're going to figure that part out in the first place. Right. We still got to figure that out. But
they're gone. Right?
Yeah, exactly. They're gone. T'Challa had the last one.
Exactly.
So, you know how movies be doing, bro, when they'll have one, right, and it's like the start, but then the next movie be the end, and then the third movie will be like the middle, and then the last movie will be like the very beginning. Look at X-Men, for example. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bad example. I'm not trying to compare the movie, but you know how they be skipping all over the place, and then they'll come back with a movie that ties it all in on like the fourth movie or something like that.
You know why? I understand that, but I understand definitely what you're saying, but X-Men did a lot of that because they fucked up their story in the beginning.
They messed up.
Yeah, they were the last 3 films, they were using those films to repair the stories.
Well, I mean, you did the first 3, then Wolverine Origins came out, and that retcons almost everything in the whole,
right?
And everything. And then they try to come out with more films, and then add in the First Class and going back in time. So yeah, that's a whole other story for another time.
My thing is just, I would love to see a Shuri Black Panther, but it is way too early. I say if you're gonna do a Black Panther Shuri, do that in a 3rd film. Do not do that in the 2nd film.
But we got to do that second film, because I'm gonna tell you right now, dog. Real rap, hey, this is looking real difficult, bro. Because my thing is that everybody, like I say, Chadwick, he's T'Challa, bro.
No, true,
but Black Panther. But it's like
till the next one come along.
But exactly, my thing is, I understand. I have mad respect. I told EJ, like, I cried when I got the new Chadwick died. Like, that shit was so upsetting to me, because when I started my career, I was working for this indie film festival, and one of the first films that I was helping get people shown was 42. That's the first time I ever heard Chadwick Boseman. I said, this guy is fucking good. He's gonna be big. And look at what this dude came. So I was like, damn, man, I would have loved to meet Chadwick, bro. My thing, but at the same time, I can separate him from the character. And my thing is, Chadwick was T'Challa was at the very beginning of his journey. And then for you to take away T'Challa, the character, and then add Shuri, where you would have to do the same thing, because she's going to be at the beginning of her journey. So it's like, you're telling two first chapters over back to back, and you know what I'm saying? To me, so I understand it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. I don't understand. I'm not saying I got all the I have the answers. Right. I'm just saying that find whatever they do, don't rush and make Letitia and or the Shuri character Black Panther without really getting through this T'Challa. I feel like we need a T'Challa. We need him. And you know,
and if they do
go ahead
decide
and
to
rate
go
the
that route,
before you release the next one.
well, that's what they should have did. But I'm saying if you are gonna make her Black Panther, don't kill off the T'Challa character. Do something where he went away, he got lost in space doing something with the Avengers. Do something, because we need it. So he needs to come back. So when they do recast him, we can get back into, you know, like Jay was saying, his story and what made him, you know, T'Challa. So
right.
Yeah.
Right.
But to continue that talk about the Phase 4 movies, man, Black Widow's coming out this year. Shang-Chi. I know Marvin should be excited for that because he's a kung fu master.
Yeah. I fucks with Shang-Chi. I think it's gonna be hard.
Shang-Chi's coming out. We got Eternals coming out. Spider-Man in December. And Doctor Strange, which is actually what I'm most looking forward to, honestly. I think that movie's gonna be dope.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Thor, obviously, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Captain Marvel 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Fantastic Four, and Ant-Man and the Wasp. So we'll see, man. That's the lineup for the next 2 years. So we'll see what's going on.
Yep.
Not to mention
I'm actually
plus. So
right. I'm actually interested to see how they're going to incorporate Eternals because I want to figure out why the hell they didn't help against this Thanos fight.
You talking about who?
The Eternals.
Oh, yeah, true. I mean, y'all got more power than everybody, right?
Exactly.
Right. Like, where was y'all niggas at, dog?
So yeah, that's gonna be interesting, man.
Right.
Yep.
But I think that's it, fellas. We appreciate y'all tuning in, man.
Of course, man. So once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Feel free to follow us on all of our socials, man. Do follow us on Instagram at the SHU Program, Twitter at the SHU Program, and also follow our YouTube page where we actually do post the podcast in entirety. Much love for y'all still supporting us, man, and we will see y'all on the next episode. Peace.